Pakistan supports pandemic response in Iraq. Pakistan's Prime Minister, His Excellency Imran Khan, a Shining World Leadership Award for Good Governance laureate, has directed the Pakistani government to send 3 plane loads of COVID relief supplies to Iraq, with 1 shipment having already been made. Pakistan's Foreign Office spokesperson Zahid Chowdhury stated only unity and cooperation between nations could address the worldwide challenge of COVID-19. He also noted that the 2 countries have had a deep connection for a long period based upon shared faith and values, and that there is increasing collaboration between the 2 in many areas. Thank you, Your Excellency Imran Khan and the government of Pakistan for your generosity to and care for the fine people of Iraq. May Allah bless Iraq and Pakistan with health, peace, prosperity, and happiness.
Severe flooding turns parts of New South Wales, Australia, into inland sea. The Australian state of New South Wales recently saw the most intense flooding in 60 years in some areas, and parts of the state resembled an inland sea. Bridges, roads, cars, and houses across the region were submerged. 1 meter of rain fell in as little as a few days, and almost 80,000 people evacuated from their homes. The military and local residents worked to aid humans and animals affected by the situation. Unfortunately, 2 men sadly lost their lives after being trapped in the flooded vehicles. Australia's Bureau of Meteorology and the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, or CSIRO, said climate change is influencing the frequency, magnitude, and impacts of extreme weather. In the mercy of heaven, may the New South Wales residents recover quickly from this event and soon regain normalcy in their lives.
University of Hong Kong HKU researchers help coral thrive with 3D printing. HKU scientists have planted 3D printed clay tiles on the seabed of Hong Kong's Hoi Ha Wan Marine Park to help improve the habitat for corals, fish, and other ocean animals. The native coral has experienced mass bleaching and die-offs due to climate change, and the project is helping to restore the coral populations. Tiles containing 400 coral fragments have been set on a 40 square meter section of the seafloor. The researchers note that when they initially laid the tiles last summer, there were only a few fish around, but now the artificial reef hosts abundant life. Fantastic news, University of Hong Kong scientists, on the success of your 3D printed reef. In Buddha's peace, may your initiative help to protect and multiply the beautiful marine beings in the coastal waters surrounding your home.
Exercise may improve adolescent brain health. A study by Drs. Heidi Johansenberg and Pier Giorgio Salvan and others from the United Kingdom's Oxford University has determined there is a definite positive relationship between exercise, fitness, and brain health in youth. 50 12-year-old girls and boys who took part in the experiment were fitted with a risk accelerometer for 7 days to track their activity. Later, they each took an aerobic fitness test to measure oxygen consumption. Through MRI brain scans of the adolescents, researchers found that the participants who were more fit had a larger amount of blood flowing through their brains, and also more glial cells in their brain's white matter, which are responsible for metabolic and structural support. Thank you, Dr. Heidi Johansenberg, Dr. Pier Giorgio Salvan and team, for your important investigation. In heaven's grace, may all young people embrace greater daily physical activity to lead more balanced and healthy lives.
Virginia, United States abolishes death penalty. In March 2021, Virginia's governor, the Honorable Ralph Northam, signed into law a bill ceasing the practice of capital punishment. Virginia is the first southern state in the U.S. to do so. Governor Northam said, "It is the moral thing to do to end the death penalty." Virginia joins 22 other U.S. states and 170 United Nations member countries that have done away with executions. Since 1973, there have been 170 lives saved from death row in the United States after evidence later proved their innocence. Our deep appreciation, the Honorable Ralph Northam and the state of Virginia, for recognizing that all lives are precious as God resides in each of us. May all beings be forever protected in the gracious benevolence of the divine.
Supreme Master Ching Hai gratefully present the Shining World Leadership Award for Good Governance to the Honorable Ralph Northam with high esteem and praises for your noble and wise decision. May you and the fine people of Virginia forever know God's grace.
Austrian-based vegan meat company launches 4 new products. Austria's Vegini has joined the alternative seafood market segment with a plant-based fish finger called Crispy Torpedoes, with other new offerings being Oriental Falafel, grill mix, and raw mini sausages. Speaking of the vegan fish, Andreas Gebhardt, founder and CEO of Vegini, said, "With our product, we torpedo the mass fishing industry and offer a sustainable alternative so that our overfished oceans can recover. At the same time, our crispy torpedoes are free from animal suffering, free from heavy metals, and as all Vegini products, free from flavor enhancers and preservatives." The company's other items are also made with pea protein and include pulled chunks, Mediterranean herbs, pepper filet, schnitzel, burgers, and many more. Way to go, Vegini, for rolling out new plant-based fare. May the global food industry soon choose compassion and change to meat alternatives to protect the animals and environment and our lives.
Dogs in China rescued from meat trade come to United States. China Rescue Dogs, a US-based non-profit, recently flew 145 canines from China to New York, United States. The pooches were saved from slaughterhouses and the meat trade, as well as from abusive situations. 60 more dogs are waiting in China for fundraising to accumulate the approximately $30,000 needed to pay for the flight to transport them. All canines have been quarantined, vaccinated, and microchipped and are ready to start a new life with their loving forever families throughout Canada and the US. Jill Stewart, the organization's founder, expressed her delight, saying, "I become so emotional knowing how much joy and unconditional love they are now bringing to their new families." Bravo, Jill Stewart, China Rescue Dogs staff, and all involved in freeing the lovely canines. May our gentle animal friends know only love and forever happiness in God's tender embrace.
Supreme Master Ching Hai gratefully present the Shining World Compassion Award to China Rescue Dogs with $30,000 so that the rest of the dogs can be all rescued in humble support for your worthy cause. May heaven always shield those involved as you find loving homes for the vulnerable, precious canine lives.